Hello and welcome to Success is a New Black. On this episode, we're going to be talking about Uber and Lyft and when is the best time to post your YouTube videos. Stay tuned.
I know, right?
Work. I like that.
I know what you're thinking about.
You know what I'm thinking about?
I know exactly
what am I thinking about?
I don't want to get. That's a different show.
Well, put me on that show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sunday. Welcome to another episode of Success is a New Black. I am your host, Ashida, Onrae, and with my co-host being all shy.
Ooh, I'm Tara. Tara Johnson, right
Not
here.
telling people what I'm thinking about.
They know they watch us. They know what you're thinking about.
We have a great episode for you today. We're going to be talking about Lyft and Uber, the best time to post YouTube videos, and my new favorite person this week. I have an awesome, I can't wait to share the story.
This is great.
Yeah, she's amazing. So we're going to start off with the business rundown with Tara.
Hi, everybody. How are you? This is interesting to me. This week has been quite interesting. We're embarking upon the holidays. Yes, Halloween is gone. Thanksgiving is coming up. Christmas decorations will be up, if they're not up already?
Up now.
Right, they're up now. So with all of that, that means Neiman Marcus is going to come out with this holiday extravaganza gift book. And if you know anything about this book, Neiman Marcus comes out with bigger and greater things every single year. And they are things that the normal person will never buy, but we can dream of buying. This year, the book is about 300 pages. And some of the things on the list is a reversible sable fur jacket and puffer jacket for $16,500, just in case you want to tell your boo what you want for Christmas. You can also get a theater package. This one is exciting to me. You can get a theater package, and it includes a walk-on role on the Broadway play Waitress. That goes for $30,000. But their most expensive gift this year is a rose gold private jet that you can take home for a mere $1.5 million. That's it. But the thing that seems to be turning the world upside down that Neiman Marcus is offering this year, a new item, are some collard greens with their holiday Thanksgiving dinner. The great thing about these collard greens are they go for $66 each. That's it. You heard what I said. Not $6.60. You heard what I said. $66 each plus $15.50 for shipping. So that's a total of $81.50. Now, before you go insane, as you know, social media and everything already has, let me break it down a little bit more. You get 4 containers of 12 ounces each. So you get a total of 48 ounces. And they're completely fully cooked and frozen when you get them. And they said they are spiced just right with the hint of bacon. So if we break it down, we're talking about $81.50 for 48 ounces of food. I mean, because you're supposed to feed about 8 to 10 people. So we're talking about $8.15 per person if we're going to feed 10 people. For about, each person gets about 4.8 ounces of collard greens, which that sounds like a lot of collard greens. Maybe I'm not 100% sure. I should have weighed it out. But the question I have for you, because lo and behold, everyone is complaining that these collard greens are way too expensive. And there have actually been people online who say that after all these years of collard greens being considered a Southern comfort food that some people are ashamed of, Neiman Marcus is now trying to take our comfort food and make it into their extravagant item that's being sold. Lo and behold, the question is I have for you, these jokers sold out in 2 days. So someone is buying them. But I said all that to say, is Neiman Marcus absolutely just selling overpriced collard greens, or are they a branding marketing genius? Because Neiman Marcus has a brand of high expensive items. Everything they do, they stuck with their brand, offering these collard greens at $66. And the fact that they sold out in 2 days has now created a bigger demand than any other collard greens I absolutely know. So Ashida, I ask you, what do you think? Neiman Marcus genius or crazy?
A little bit of both. Crazy geniuses.
Crazy geniuses.
Which is not a bad thing, because whether you get good press or bad press, you in the press.
You're in the press.
You're in the press.
About collard greens.
About some collard greens. I'm not mad.
It's amazing. I mean,
yeah.
Someone said these better taste like unicorn tears and Prince's bathwater. I mean, people have been going crazy. They're like, I cannot believe Neiman Marcus is selling these. But it really took them 2 days to sell out. This is the first year that Neiman Marcus has been doing this. We'll have to wait and see, one, once they deliver the collard greens, what reviews we will receive, because I'm sure there'll be tons of people doing product reviews. I'm sure a couple of bloggers snagged maybe one or two of the orders, so they're going to be like, we'll probably see some reviews as Thanksgiving get closer, and we'll be curious to see if Neiman Marcus offers this again. But again, Neiman Marcus stayed on brand, and like we said, all press in some shape, form, or fashion is good press, because people were talking about this everywhere.
Wow, it's like the Patti LaBelle pies.
Right, exactly.
From Walmart, right?
Yeah, from Walmart. But Patti LaBelle pies went from what, $15 to 99 cents in a couple of weeks because they lost their fizzle. We'll see if this happens with Neiman Marcus. We'll see. Who doesn't love a Lyft and an Uber ride? But after a 2-year study, it's coming out, the California Department of Transportation is saying that after a 2-year study, they actually had people go out in Seattle and Boston, about 1,500 passengers. And after they did their rides, they found there was some discrimination in both of those ride sharing programs. It seems as if you are an African-American person with an African sounding name, your wait time for a ride could be 35% longer than under some normal circumstances, or you have a white sounding name. It also depends on your locations. And what Lyft and Uber are both saying is that, of course, we don't tolerate any of those type of things. There was actually, in the article that I read, a guy who took a Lyft ride, and he said a passenger got in his car and he was complaining about, people of color, being dangerous and that kind of thing. And this Lyft driver actually reported the guy and got him blocked. And he said Lyft responded to him in less than 24 hours saying, this is unacceptable. We won't have this kind of rider in our car. But I guess the question is that how will Lyft and Uber respond to this, if they even need to? Because one, it is a limited study. Two, it was 2 years and it was 1,500 rides.
Wow. Because
this type of thing coming out about an application that's supposed to be for everyone, and Lyft and Uber has changed the transportation industry. Have to see how Lyft and Uber respond to this, or if there's more investigation and studies going out. I don't really know how to respond, because I know as a Lyft and an Uber driver, if you're like me, every time I get in one of these cars, I ask the driver, do you like it? What's your experience? That type of thing.
Right.
And what they've always said is that when you're trained to drive for Lyft and Uber, they tell you that safety comes first. Safety of the person who you're driving and your safety also. So if for any reason you feel that you're not safe, they tell you can either not accept the ride or cancel the ride. So this may be something that Lyft and Uber cannot control. It may be something inherent in the society, which of course we talk about all the time, but it'll definitely be interesting to hear if anything more comes out about this Lyft and Uber. What do you think?
I think we need to vote for Clinton and not Trump, and we won't have these issues.
Oh my gosh.
Because I feel like it's going to be even more issues when we vote for Trump.
Well, I will say, I think, unfortunately, one of the candidates, if we vote for one candidate, that none of us will be able to afford Uber or Lyft any longer, and public transportation like the bus will go up because no one's going to be able to afford anything else.
And I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't don't vote for Trump, vote for Clinton. But I do mean it. Sorry, not sorry. Vote for Clinton. Save us.
It'll be an interesting thing. I mean, Luber and Luber. That should be the name. Luber should be the combined name. Uber and Lyft are definitely not hurting for any dollars. I mean, last year, Uber's booking went from $3.8 billion to $5 billion in 2 quarters in 2016. So they're making money.
Yeah.
And drivers are signing up every single day. And maybe it's just kind of a thing where people have to choose to either be, like, I'm going to go after this money or something else. But it'll be interesting to see what else comes up with this story after this 2-year study.
That's interesting.
And the last thing I have to talk about today in business news is, unfortunately, it's just not a really good year for Samsung. We talked a couple of weeks ago about them recalling all those phones, those Galaxy phones. But it seems as if now, if you have a Samsung washing machine, over 30 different models of it, they've recalled those too, to a total of 2.8 million washing machines. This is bigger than the recall for the smartphones. And Samsung is now offering 2 options. 1, you can get it repaired for free, or 2, they'll send you a voucher so you can get you a new washing machine. But as we said before, when we talked about Samsung with the smartphones, these type of recalls or things dealing with your technology, I mean, we all know things happen and we have mistakes and
Right.
recalls happen, and that's, no technology is perfect. But this is two pretty big dings to Samsung in less than almost 6 months. So we were talking before about if we think Samsung's going to be able to recover from the smartphone, if other parts of their technology and their industry and their company starts to take dings too, I don't know. We're wishing Samsung the best. But if you have a Samsung washing machine, definitely go online and check out to see if your machine requires any recalls or repairs, because that's pretty important. Because I need a wash, I wish I had a washer at home. Let me know.
Right?
But that's my business run.
Well, thank you, Tara, for the business news.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to talk about two things. I'm going to talk about my favorite person now that I have been following since the Olympics. Her name is Clarissa Shields, and I am so proud of this woman. Let me give you a little bit of background about her. She's 21 years old. She's a two-time Olympic gold medalist, 2012 and 2016.
Wow.
But this is what makes her story so unbelievable and just brought me to tears. And listening to her story, reading her story, it should inspire you to realize that there's nothing that you can't do, no matter how you entered into this world, no matter what you're up against. So let me inspire you for a sec. So she, at the age of 5, 7, and 8, she was raped and molested.
Oh my gosh.
She's from Flint, Michigan. So just the streets of Flint, Michigan.
Right.
Her mom struggled with addiction. Father was in prison during the most of her childhood years and came out. Once he came out, he introduced her to boxing and told her about Muhammad Ali and Layla Ali. And she started training at the age of 11. From there, she went to her first Olympic Games in 2012 in London and won her gold medal. The first U.S. woman to win a gold medal in boxing.
How old was she?
17.
Oh my gosh.
Then at the age of 21, she won the first woman not to win, just U.S. women not to win a gold medal, but then she became the first U.S. woman to win back-to-back gold medals at age of 21, just at the 2016 Olympics in Rio. And then she beat herself again with her goals and said, well, you know what, after winning in 2016, this is what I want to do. I want to go pro. So she told herself that I would like to go pro. And on October 26, 2016, her dream came true and she decided to go pro. Not only did her dream come true to go pro, but now she's on the she's going to fight in Vegas November 19th, which is coming up.
Wow. Under
Kovalev and Ward. And Ward is one of her boxers that she loves. I hope I said his name right. Kovalev. I hope I said that right. And her record is 77-1.
Wow. Who's the one?
I know it was and she has a I also want to talk about that. She has a documentary out as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you can definitely watch it. But her mindset, and I'm really trying really hard to get her on the show.
Oh, good.
So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get her on the show because she fights on the 19th. But let me just tell you how this woman's mindset is at 21. So I found her on Instagram. And she was getting ready to box in 2016 at the Rio Olympics. And what her mindset was, she can't outbox me, she can't outfight me, she can't outthink me, so how is she going to win? She will have to knock me out. But I knew she couldn't do that.
Wow.
Now that's some sexy shit.
I
just love it.
I'm stuck on wow.
I'm stuck on wow, and I just love her tenacity. I love her drive. But the reason why I'm just loving this girl is because of what she came through, what she endured.
True.
And how she channels that fear, how she channels the energy, how she channels the anger, how she channels her anguish, and she puts it into her boxing, and look at what she accomplished. So no matter what you're going through, no matter how your start was, no matter what your fear is, just read upon other people and what they've gone through as well and see how they push through, and that should help you push through yours.
Yeah, words have so much power.
Yeah.
I think we all forget that. And what you read on her Instagram may not seem that great, but I guarantee you, if you wake up every morning and say that about whatever struggle you have in your life,
yeah,
you're going to walk around with just a different energy. It just changes, it just shifts things. and it gives you a different focus. So kudos to her.
I'm working on it. I'm getting her on the show. Huge kudos to her.
Yeah.
I am so proud of her. I can't wait to watch her on November 19th in Vegas. And I'm rooting for her, and I can't wait.
Well, you know what? If you're working on getting her in the show, we also want to congratulate, because this will be beneficial for me, Idris Elba, who decided to start MMA fighting, and he recently won his first bout also.
Idris.
So we're talking about people taking
Yes.
transitions and changing things. Just come on in here and talk about that. Idris, it's fine.
Yeah. Oh, Idris. You sending a message to Idris?
Yeah, just sending you a message. Really strong one. But really, congratulations to those two. That's amazing.
It's absolutely amazing. And I also want to talk about, we do videos on YouTube a lot, and the world does videos. Everybody does videos on YouTube. And I found an article on when's the best time to post on YouTube to get the maximum amount of viewers. So this is on entrepreneur.com. And they said the best time to post is between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and between 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. on Thursday and Friday, all Eastern Standard Time.
Everything's Eastern Standard Time.
Everything is Eastern Standard Time. Now, that could be challenging for us because, that's really, really early. But to get the most amount of views, they suggest posting at that time. And they also talked about Saturday and Sunday. Now, they said between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. is optional. And the reason is because most YouTubers are, people who are in school, and you have a young audience. So they said that it normally starts to ramp up on Thursdays and it will peak on Saturday.
Right.
So, and then it will taper off on Sunday. So I just want to let you know the best time to post, again, between 2 p.m. 4 p.m.
I'm
Monday,
writing this down.
Yes. 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays, and 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. on Thursday and Fridays. To all of our entrepreneurs out there, if you want to post on Saturday and Sundays, it's between 9 and 11 a.m. That is during peak time, and just know that it tapers off on Sunday, so don't get worried.
And don't get upset.
Yeah, don't get upset and just keep going no matter what. And they said the worst month for YouTube is May and September.
Yeah, got to get those kiddies back in school
Yeah,
and stuff.
the
those
kiddies
are
back-
getting
yeah.
out and get those kiddies back in.
Absolutely.
It makes perfect sense.
So I just want to end on a good note. And also, election is coming up.
Yes.
Please, please, please vote. It's so important. Vote for Clinton.
If you haven't voted already, tons of people are doing early voting. I actually
Yeah.
thought about trying to do that. I think we still have some time today here in Los Angeles County, I think until 8 o'clock. So I was
Yep,
going to try
absolutely.
to possibly do it today.
I saw some people voting on Saturday. There was people voting today. Please go out and vote. Let your voice be heard. Also, not just vote for the presidential candidate, but also vote for the propositions. Those are very important as well. Read your handouts, go online, check them out, because that can actually change your life as well.
Yeah, the thing of it is that I think what we forget is, as business owners, small business owners, aspiring entrepreneurs, whatever, is that these type of policy changes and laws actually affect possibly your bottom line, or
Yep.
how you're able to make money, or things that are taxed, and all those kind of things. There's considerations you have to take into account if you're going to start a business or thrive in your business or grow your business. So they're not just for someone else.
Yeah.
They're definitely for us also, and this is your opportunity to make your voice heard. So definitely vote tomorrow.
Yes, and please make
I mean,
sure
on Tuesday.
and make sure that you read the pros and cons thoroughly, because a lot of times they just give you a snippet, and you actually need to read the entire proposition so you get a clearer view on what the con is and what the pro is as well.
And make the decision that's best, for you. I know a lot of
Absolutely.
people, if you relate to being a Democrat or Republican, some people just vote what the party suggests. But, as an individual, you may go back and forth between party lines. So choose what works best for you in your situation.
Absolutely. Well, thanks again for joining us on this great Sunday. We are wishing you an amazing week, and we look forward to inspiring you next week. I'm your host, Ashida Onrae. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Ashida Onrae.
I'm Tara Johnson, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at TJ Wagging Her Tail. And my online women's talk show, Words, Wine, and Women, is back for its third season. Yay! Starting tomorrow. So you can find out information on wordswinewomen.com.
See you next week.
Bye.
From From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Crystal, Gianna Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African-American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.